My billionaire husband locked me in a lab as a human test subject for cannabis compounds. His reason? To secure a promotion for his first love, Helen. While I was pumped full of toxins, our paralyzed 5-year-old son was dying, turned into a lab rat by that exact same woman. When I finally broke out, it was too late. My sweet boy took his last breath, looking at magnificent fireworks. $1 million display my husband bought to make his mistress smile. For 7 years, I was Myron's entire world. I picked him up when he was a broken outcast dumped by Helen. I ruined my health pulling all-nighters for his company, and stepped into the shadows to be his secretary when he became a titan. But the moment Helen returned, my blood and tears were erased. It started when our son was diagnosed with kidney failure. Helen, the surgeon, walked out as they cut my baby open, claiming the surgery was too basic. My son survived but was totally paralyzed. When I tried to sue her, my husband locked me in our house. He published a fake psychiatric report and threatened to pull our son's oxygen plug unless I publicly apologized. I surrendered, giving up my pride. I even handed over the diamond amulet Myron had once begged on his knees to get for me, just because Helen said she wanted it. But my total submission wasn't enough for them. Helen wanted us completely dead. She transferred my paralyzed son to an experimental facility. When I discovered they were torturing him with unapproved drugs, I confronted her. Myron slapped me across the face and ordered his guards to drag me to the very same lab. This is what you owe Helen, he told me, leaving me to be injected with experimental narcotics. By the time I escaped the facility and found my boy, his tiny arms were bruised from needles. I drove toward the hospital, but the road was barricaded. Myron had shut down a 13-kilometer highway to host an extravagant outdoor birthday bash for Helen. Trapped in the car, I held my son. Mommy, the fireworks are so pretty, he whispered, but I won't get to see them again. He died in my arms, right as Myron's fireworks lit up the night sky. I quietly cancelled my son's civil registration and had his body cremated. When I walked back into our mansion holding his urn, Myron sneered. He didn't ask where our son was. Instead, he yelled at me for carrying a cursed urn and ordered me to prepare a celebration dinner for Helen's promotion. You actually did well in the lab, he praised me, oblivious that I was holding his dead son's ashes. I smiled at him with a dead, empty smile. All right, I'll make sure everything is ready. As soon as he left, I called an exclusive funeral home with the $2 million my former suitor had just wired me. I want the grandest funeral tomorrow morning at 10, I ordered. Arrange exactly 100 black hearses to circle the Lestrange estate 100 times. Oh, and prepare spectacular daytime fireworks. I want the words "A life for a life" blazing across the sky. I bought out the entire laboratory anonymously and downloaded every hour of security footage showing Helen torturing my child. I packed the horrific videos, my son's death certificate, and my signed divorce papers into Myron's safe. On the door, I carved a message. Myron, from this life onward, we shall never meet again. Then, I took my baby's ashes and vanished into the midnight shadows. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., Myron expects billionaires to toast his beautiful first love. Instead, he is going to open his safe, see the death certificate, and hear the deafening sirens of 100 hearses surrounding his perfect life. What will the billionaire do when he realizes he murdered his own flesh and blood? And how far will I go to make sure Helen pays?